Hi ABC friends, it's Mel here coming from the kitchen at ABC. We're going to do an art lesson today that's going to teach you guys how to make your own watercolor palette from home. You're going to need some basic supplies that you can find in your kitchen. We're going to use some corn syrup, some baking soda, some cornstarch, and some vinegar. And all of these supplies are listed in the attachment that you'll find in the activity. It's going to have them all listed here, and it's going to tell you how much you need of each ingredient. So to start this off, we're going to use our measuring cup as our bowl for today, and we're going to mix everything with a little rubber spatula. So we're going to start by putting 4 tablespoons of baking soda into the bowl. So important with this is just make sure you level everything off so you don't get too much in your measuring spoon. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the next ingredient we're going to add is our vinegar. Since it's such a big jug, I pre-measured our 2 tablespoons. And if you've taken one of our science classes, you know when you mix baking soda and vinegar together, it's going to fizz and bubble up. So we're going to add our 2 tablespoons, 1 and then 2, and you can see it's bubbling and fizzing. So we're going to let that simmer for a minute, and you can kind of start to stir it all up and together. It's going to make kind of like a paste at this point. You can use our spatula and just mix it all up, and it's going to thin out just a little bit. It's going to be really, really thin. So next we're going to go ahead and add in our corn syrup, and for our corn syrup it's going to be half of a teaspoon. This is what's going to help make our paint just a little bit sticky. So we're going to get that in there. Use your spatula to just kind of scoop it all out. Okay, so get those mixed. And now, once these are mixed together, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is going to help our paint kind of thicken up as well. So I've got 1 and 2. So once this is all mixed together, the consistency should be kind of like a thick glue is what you're looking for. And we're definitely getting that thick texture here. Okay, so now that we've got that thick glue texture, we're going to pour our mixture into our container that's going to work as our paint palette. So you could use individual cups if you want each color to be separate. You can also use a cupcake tin, and it would have a big piece in each one. I'm going to use an ice cube tray, just because I'm going to make just a little bit of each color. So what we're going to do is this should pour pretty easily. We're going to fill each little container up about 1/4 of the way. Or all the way, depending on how much comes out. I'm just going to make a few colors, so I'm going to put a little bit more in each container. But if you want to make a bunch of colors, you'll see the color combinations are in the attachment. It'll tell you how many drops of each color to put into the little sections to custom mix your colors. So let's see, for right now, I've got 6 compartments filled. So I'm going to go ahead and make 6 different colors. You're going to want toothpicks for this part, depending on the type of food coloring that you have. Some of them you require to scoop it out. I've got the little droppers right here, so I'm going to add a couple drops of yellow to my first one. The brighter the color, the more food coloring you want to add. So this one I added 3 drops, and as it mixes in and combines, it's become a pretty bold and bright yellow color. So if you want it to be brighter, add more food coloring. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a few drops of red. Red is really hard to make. It always likes to end up as a pink, especially if your base is white. So I just went ahead and added 3 drops of red. And it's actually turning out pretty good. Can't turn it too far because it'll spill, but we've got some bright red color in there. Then with the next Q-tip, I'm going to go ahead and add some blue. I'm going to do 3 drops. Got that color there, nice and blue. And then as you want to continue, if you look on your worksheet, this piece here is going to show you all of the formulas for the different color combinations that you can mix. So now that we've got them tinted, we want to let this sit and harden up. So all of our ingredients are going to combine together, and it's going to make a hard just piece of watercolor. So once you come back to paint with your palette, you're going to dip your brush in the water, and it's going to slowly soften your color, and then you'll be able to spread it and paint with it. So I'll come back in another lesson, and we're going to use our palette. So if you want to let it sit just about overnight or up to 24 hours, you should be able to use it anytime this week to make a painting. If you have any questions, feel free to comment within the classwork or on our stream, and I will get back to you and answer your questions, but also feel free to post some pictures of the cool stuff you guys are creating. Enjoy your day. Bye.